How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Steph, and welcome back to Big Ambitions with John Jackson. This episode is the Big 30, our dirty 30s, and today's episode is packed. We're closing the chapter on Happiness is the Law and cleaning out the space for its glorious rebirth as permanent happiness. We are stress testing Gilded happiness for its first proper week after sinking hundreds of thousands into neon cacti and champagne buckets. And most importantly, John goes back to school to learn how to build a beer factory. This is our first step into manufacturing joy. And yes, the law of John's dad comes full circle tonight. Factories run in the bloodline. It's Friday afternoon, and yeah, you guys have spoken. Community overwhelmingly told us to shut this down. Pivot and turn Happiness is the Law into a salon, because the jury has spoken, and instead of justice, we're now serving perms, fades, and questionable shampoo upsells. So today, we're firing all 50 lawyers because our profit is just not doing well. We did a tiny bit good there and then it just started tanking. Our salaries is a whole lot more than our income. So yeah, unfortunately, we have to do this. From Robert all the way down to William. It was nice knowing you guys. Fire all 50 of them, and then we're going to do by business. Happiness is the Law is there. Otis and Diane, our cleaners, also be fired. There we go. The cleaners are also fired too. Somewhere in Manhattan, there's now a small army of unemployed attorneys standing around with briefcases, arguing over who has to clean up their own messes. Quite funny that they're still like that. Happiness is the Law is open but has no employees. No, it is closed. There we go. So it is officially closed. Doors are closed. Now we just have to go to settings and say, shut down business. Are you sure you want to shut down this business? Yes. And yeah, Happiness is the Law has been closed. In the future, we will go through all of this furniture and start selling it. For instance, all the chairs, the computers, the desks, the walls will keep, but these will get sold. The printers will get sold. The meeting room stuff will get sold. Decor and stuff like that, we can keep. Kitchen, we can keep. Stuff like that.
All right, I see what you did, kid. Respect for backing off. Now, stay chill in Hell's Kitchen, all right? There are plenty of other neighborhoods.
Oh, she is just playing with fire. Jessica. Hell's Kitchen. That's just because we closed the law firm. There was an update that fixed a lot of these. So, web development. We can take over her company right here for 228. Oh, that's sad. Jessica, I am going to slaughter you. Supermarket for 16 million. Yeah, it's just losing money. Okay, so here's another supermarket for 3 million. Okay, so what I'm going to do just is send business overtake offer. Where is this? In Hell's Kitchen. And it's still in a big building as well. Oh my word. You know what? This was unexpected. But Jessica, we are buying your company for... We don't have a lot of money. Let's go 100,000. Send. Not enough. 150. Rejected that. Okay. 200,000. 225. 235. 45. 50. Rejected. Dude, I don't want to pay estimated value of that. Let's go then 75. Yeah, nah. We need more money, and we need to spend our money on a whole lot of smarter other places. But yes, keep in mind that we are still going to pay our $260 rent per day while we prep for the business rebirth. So if you look at our Econoview, it has officially closed and it's not part of anything over here. Tomorrow it will pop up just saying that, oh, there it is. Just saying that it is the location and paying rent of $260. No more marketing, no more salaries, and no more income. And if you look on the market demand in Hell's Kitchen, hair care products is 71% demand. Hair chemicals, stuff like that's 32, but that's fine. There's two other businesses, but we will just slaughter them. The new name is pure gold from the board of directors. Permanent happiness. A pun, a pivot, a prophecy. But first, we need to master beer manufacturing before we can even think about perms and shampoos. Nightclub was a glittery fever dream last episode, and we're already sunk almost $500,000 plus $803 in daily rent into neons, cacti, champagne buckets, and pure villain chic. The money is gone, the startup costs are all in the books. Now it's time for a proper few nights stress test. You'll see here the setup costs was, for building, it was almost $50,000 one-time purchase, daily rent of $803, it's the ongoing expense. Furniture set 1 for bars, booths and tables was $93,790. Furniture set 2 was dance floors, lighting, DJ booths, almost $80,000. Set furniture 3, bathrooms essentials, $26,160. Furniture set 4 was decor, rope dividers, signage, all of that was $9,730. Furniture set 5, the VIP lounge right here at the back was $62,490. And then furniture set 6, miscellaneous extras, for example, for the soap dispensers, the dustbins and all of that was $4,650. The walls and floors was altogether $150,000. Black gold villain chic. That comes to a total of $475,556. And remember that $803 we pay per day per rent. Yes, it was expensive, but if this place fills up, we could actually make it back. Plus, we will still need to add plants in front of the VIP windows to make our big spenders some more private. For example, over here, where we'll move the booths and the tables a tiny bit forward, and we chuck in a whole lot of plants over there, as well as all the way around here, there, and there. So it just closes up that back room completely. Because a champagne room definitely needs the champagne buckets and the privacy. So over the next few days, we'll be monitoring daily revenue, expenses, and profits to see if Gilded Happiness can actually go into the green. Because currently, it's not looking good. Early signs could be promising. Murray Hill might finally be partying in profit, but only time can tell, and a few spreadsheets. So, if overpriced cocktails can save the empire, then this could be our ticket to that yacht. But we will be looking at the initial cost that we've broken down, daily revenue, estimated weekly revenue, estimated monthly revenue, and a break-even point. And that will come later in this episode, as we need time to get all of this together, as this was only our first official night. So we'll calculate this as our first night as looking very, very bad, and then we will go from there. $166 summary, $368,083.50. That was fantastic. Let's grab breakfast and go to school. To fuel the nightclub, we need our own beer. Let's start this for 8 hours and then we'll continue. Imports can't carry an empire forever. It's time to take production into our own hands. Step 1, as we're doing now, business school, the product manufacturing course. It's 24 hours in total. We tackle 8 to 10 hours a day while we wait for Gilded Happiness statistics. Once complete, we unlock the full factory empire. Day 166 yesterday, we had 17,000, almost 18,000 profits at Gilded Happiness. It is 2:30. We're not that hungry, so let's check. We have another 15 hours to go, and it's 200 per hour. That's so much, 33%. Not bad. Let's quickly go and grab lunch, and then we will come back and go and learn some more. Business school is closed. Yeah, we did, I think, around about 10 hours today. We are going to go home and then just rinse and repeat. Tomorrow we'll look at Gilded Happiness again, and so on and so forth. Reach at least 800 customers per day for one business. Which business was that? Let's quickly go through there and check. Oh my word. I was lifting happiness at 950 customers. The day before they hit 588. Profit went up to 9%. What the actual heck? I don't understand. That is really freaking brilliant. I don't know how that happened though. Lifting happiness. Yeah, it more than doubled. Marketing, everything is the same. Salaries is just a bit more. And yeah, it's just the coverage. Fantastic. I'm happy about that. Hey, let's go and sleep. Our 6.5 hours, because we need to wake up 5:15 to go back to school. $167 summary, $454,000. That is almost $500,000. $500,000 in a day. Beautiful. Let's go back to school. Gilded Happiness made a whopping $46,000 last night. That was Saturday night, Sunday morning. So much. Fantastic. So we have another 11 hours left of class. We can't finish that today. Probably won't, because remember, we still need to go and do lunch. So let's do a 6 hours. Starts out class, and then go and have lunch, and then come back, because we still then have 5 hours left. So if we do it quickly, we can still go and finish our course today. Okay, cool. Drinking soda, eating lunch, and yeah, Elgato. That was where our first month of hard work started, where we finally got our money to open our flower shop. The good old days. Let's do our last, how many hours? 5 hours and 39 minutes. We'll be done 10 to 7 tonight. And here's where the law drops in. John's dad once built his own fortune in factories. Paper, cardboard, toys. Young John rejected that path, chasing law and retail instead. And yet, here he is, back in factories, chasing profit, learning spreadsheets, and probably cursing conveyor belts just like Dad did. If he survives this logistic nightmare and the inevitable spreadsheets, maybe he'll finally respect the grinds that built the Jackson family name. Or maybe he'll just invent a new way to make mistakes on a big scale. Either way, the board of directors that you will be watching. Fantastic. We have all our courses done. This was not introduced when we started the save, so thank goodness we didn't have to do all of these. But yeah, that is that. Let's quickly go to Gilded Happiness at the bottom. Go and check these errors, what's going on. Oh no, never mind. Sending Happiness is running out of noise buds. Yar is sending Happiness. Yeah, what's going on? Not paying that much for soda. Oh my word. People are not happy. Where is our soda? 422. Let's make it for 15. Yeah, you better like that. We've got so much here at the back. Why is our earbuds not earbudding? There, we're also out of earbuds. Do we have a shelf with earbuds in it though? What the heck's going on here? Yeah, we only have 13 in stock. Are we selling so well that we're running out of stock maybe? Earbuds sold at 191. 35. Yeah, we need to start getting in more. Okay, so we're gonna have to go through our logistic nightmare and purchasing agent nightmare, sorting all of this out. Let's check earbuds. We've got a whole lot in there, so let's push this up to double that. Double that. Smart watches, that should be fine until we get an air problem. Sending happiness, smelling happiness rather. All of that will be fine. Clothing, we need to manufacture our own expensive jewelry some other time as well. Then your earbuds, 192. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to purchase agent up this stuff. All of these needs to go up. You can see sold 232, previous 289. That's gonna have to go up. We're already paying so much. Let me quickly calculate this and I'll bring you back. From 384 to 576. The headphones from 288 to 432. The same with the smartwatches to 432. On both of them, yeah, we'll just keep it like that, 432, because what I did was it's 288 divided by 2 is 144, and then I just plus that by 288, which makes 432. It's pushing up the product a whole lot, our price, but that's fine. We can afford that because I need a lot of this, and I'm worried that we're gonna run out. Paper bags, soda, gifts, all of that is good. Hair care products, we'll make this 10,000 when we do it again. There we go. United Ocean. I'm feeling like I want to up all of this as well. So yeah, our calculations could be quite off of what it was. So let's double all of this. 24, it's going to be 14, it's going to be 28, 28. This is going to be 42. This needs to go. That's fine for now, I assume. Okay, let's order. So our orders will be approximately a whole lot of money. $652,987.33. But that's without what we are using today. Remember that. All of these are good to go then. Awesome sauce. After doing some calculations, I even upped the alcohol inventory target for all of the martini, whiskey, margarita, and beer, and yeah, and soda. I pushed up way over the top because we need it. But if you look at beer, we sold 500. This is in two and a bit actually, because the first night didn't really count much, so it's 2 nights and a bit. So hopefully if you do, let's go with 500 times 7, that is 3,500. But yeah, I am just going to go over the top. Then we have in the warehouse, and then at the end of next week, so next week Sunday, we will then check properly how much we sold the last week, and then we'll just change this target amount according to that. But this beer amount will change how big our factory is as well, so we need to keep that in mind as well. So our overall order price will be 130,000 here, 515, almost 16 there, and this stays the same. So yeah, this is going to be a huge order. And these gift cheap and flowers expensive shells were red because the staff didn't want to pack it up properly. These two will be refilled tomorrow morning and it will be all sorted anyway, so that's cool. It is 8 p.m. We are going home now. Day 168 summary. Logistics delivery from Robert, that's just because of stock. 461,000 with a negative, no negative. Wow, okay. Just the normal rent. Picking happiness, making over $100,000 a day. Fantastic. Lifting happiness, 25k a day. Gilded happiness, 50k a day. Sewing happiness, 65. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's quickly just go and check our contacts. This is because of soda, phone soda, whiskey soda. Day 169. Oh, only at 8 a.m. Ah, okay. So it comes in at 8 a.m. and that means that's when we're going to pay it. Oh my word, we've got enough money though. That means that it will give us the errors, but tonight it should be stocked again. Okay, that's fine. And all our satisfaction is still above 90%. Okay, great stuff. With the product manufacturing course done, it's time to turn theory into reality. We're officially registering our first factory as Select Factory, Manufacturing Joy. Yes, part of the happiness empire, all our factories will be the Joy Empire. Starting and fantastic. We still need to get drivers, can at least get 2, and so much to do. We need to uniform lockers required to manage employees, which means we need to get uniform lockers into Gilded Happiness as well. Let's get into here. It's such a huge place. The industry backbone of the happiness empire, standing right here. Imports only go so far. If Gilded Happiness is going to thrive, John needs to control his own beer production, and that means learning logistics, machines, and spreadsheets. Our headhunter is busy looking for amazing purchasing agents because we need to hire a purchasing agent and set up a contract with Aquatic Bay Imports to import our raw material, which will be barley, hops, water, yeast, and carbon dioxide. And here's how beer will flow through manufacturing Joy. Barley, hops, water, and yeast will go through an input station with a factory worker into IBM1, which is Industrial Blending Machine. Then that will make fermented beer. All of these icons are shelves, so they will be stored on shelves. Fermented beer with carbon dioxide will be, with the input and a worker, will be inputted into the Industrial Blending Machine number 2. And this will make a carbonated beer. From there, no need to import anything, just with conveyor belts directly into the bottling machine, and then from there we need to put it with a worker in an output station onto a shelf where all the final beer will go. Then it will be ready for distribution. Every raw material and finished beer gets its own shelf, because chaos is only fun when it's organized. Beer factory production table. Both industrial blending machines take 6 minutes per batch, which is 10 beers per hour. The bottling machine is slightly faster at 5 minutes per batch, which is 12 beers per hour. That means the blenders are the bottlenecks. So, one production line equals 10 beers an hour, which is 240 beers a day, equals to 1,680 beers a week. But currently, we used to import 2,100 beers a week. We need to check if that's going to be fine, and if that's not, that is going to be short of our demand, so that means it's going to be time to scale. As you can see here, beers per hour is 10, beers per day, it's 24 hours obviously, it's 240. This is just with one production line. Per beer, we need 1 barley, 1 hops, 1 water, 1 yeast, and 1 carbon dioxide. And yeah, that means raw materials per item will be 240. Not too bad. So our factory scaling table is as follows. It is a simple, really simple scalability. One line equals 240 beers a day, multiply by the number of lines, matches raw material, and you're golden. Just remember, keep machines balanced, 1 to 1 to 1, or you'll have conveyors staring at idled bottles and John screaming at spreadsheets. As you can see here, one line, 10 bottles an hour equals to 240 bottles a day. And yeah, raw materials is 240 each. 2 lines is just times 2. 3 lines times 3. So on and so forth. Which leads us to our machine shopping list. Investment table. Bottle machines we'll need 2 because we're going to do 2 lines for now. We can always add more. 2 bottle machines at $27,500 each, a total of $55,000. Industrial blending machines, that's 4 because we need the IBM 1, it's times 2, and the IBM 2s times 2. It is at $20,000 per, that's 80 grand total. Input stations, we need 10. The more the merrier, just for in case. This is for the barley, the hops, the water, the yeast, and the CO2. Currently, that's 5 items, 5 raw materials, so 1 and then 2 product lines, which means 1 each. Then, output station, we have 2 there because there will be 2 bottling machines that will have to output $10,000 each, equals to 20 grand. Conveyor belts, we need a whole lot, because it's going to be a tiny bit of a spaghetti. 50 conveyor belts, for now we might add more, 3,500 each, $175,000 total. Conveyor splitters, this is where we can start implementing a tiny bit of smartness, hopefully. You'll see what it looks like. It literally just splits what goes on the conveyor. Quantity of 20, price of 5,000, 100 grand total. Then pallet shelves, like I said, that is for each raw ingredient. We are just doubling that for in case. 2,500 each, $25,000. Currently, it's a total investment of $555,000. So, there are 2 ways we can set this up. And the third way is I wish if we could cross over and bridge conveyor belts. But this way is it uses 12 factory workers. As you can see, we've got our shelves, hops, so a shelf per raw material, so hops, yeast, barley, water, and CO2. These 4 gets inputted into the industrial blending machines, number 1 there, so IBM 1A and IBM 1B. Those 2 make fermented beer, and it goes into IBM 2A and B with the carbon dioxide from a shelf that also inputs from the sides. That makes carbonated beer that directly goes into the bottling machines, and then that goes directly into output storage with a worker onto a beer shelf. Or we can simplify it, cut down on 2 workers, and then we can have the water and the yeast go with splitters into the IBM 1s, and it will be 10 workers. The reason I'm not making the beer one, because the conveyors takes up a line, and if the workers can't get to the middle, then they won't be able to do their job, and they can't cross under or over a conveyor. Same as the previous one, only thing that changes is yeast is 1 shelf, gets split into both IBM 1A and B, water the same, gets split into IBM 1A and B, and it just takes 1 factory worker each, where this water was 1 factory worker per shelf, where here is just 1 shelf. And then here is I wish if we could split and jump conveyors and bridge conveyors, it would have been fantastic, because this would have been 6 workers. And then that means that the workers could have walked underneath the conveyor belts. So let's go from this side. The barley, 1 worker with the input station, just conveyors around to IBM 1A as well as IBM 1B. Hops also just bridges over there and here to IBM 1, A and B. Yeast, the same as this setup. It just has bridges for workers to walk past. Splitter, same. Water, splitter, same. Carbon dioxide then will be on the inside, not on the outside, just to have more space so that we can do multiple ones. Yet again, there is no bridges yet. Developers, hint hint. Carbon dioxide with a splitter and bridge so that people can walk past, and as I mentioned, beer as well, like that. This was I wish it was possible. Then we could have had 6 workers for this whole system, and then that means we do 6 workers on 8 hours, 12 for 16 hours, and 18 for 24 hours, so the factory could have been open for 24 hours. On this one, we're going to have to do 30 workers, and this one, we're going to have to do 36 workers. So yeah, it adds up very quickly. Now that we know the lines, it's time to fill the factory floors. We will be hiring the purchasing agent as soon as our headhunters comes in with somebody and sign the contract with Aquatic Bay Cargo for imports. Everything must arrive on schedule, because if the beer stops, the villains don't dance, and John's empire bleeds money. We are going to order the stuff we need for manufacturing Joy that will be delivered today at 2 p.m. and let's start with that. Again, bottling machine times 2, industrial blending machine times 4, input station times 10, output station times 2, conveyors times 50, and conveyor splitters times 20. And last but not least, pallet shelves 10. If you want to go through here quickly, as you can see, there is wall light industry tobacco rolling that we can make our own tobacco. We just don't need to. A polish machine, I think this is for jewelry. Laser cutting machine, I think it's for jewelry. Film is for clothing. Industrial sewing is for clothing. Hardening tunnel, I'm not sure. Food cutting, obviously for food. Conveyor food. Okay, so these 3 are for food. Consumer goods assembly machine, not sure what that is. Sealing lab, okay. Automated baking machine, automated frying machine, and a batch pasteurizer. We're just doing bottlings. Once we do whiskey, martinis, margaritas, stuff like that, we're going to definitely need more bottling machines, more industrial blending machines, so on and so forth. This will be a total of 555,250 because of delivery. Let's order that. It will be here at 2 p.m. While we're on that, we need to go and grab something to eat, and then we will have to go and talk to the people at Aquatic Bay. And they are open till 4 p.m. Okay, let's go there. Hopefully we catch them open. They are open, and we have our purchasing agent, new partner, Rosemary Hernandez. There we go. Open biz, and now we can start with this. I'm not 100% sure how much we really need, so we're going to push it a tiny bit over the edge just to make sure we've got enough. So I'm going to do it for, wow, it's so cheap. So if we look at barley, we need 1 per beer. If we do 5 lines, we need 1,200. That is almost nothing, as you can see. So what we can do is we can just say, I want 10,000 of this. Carbon dioxide, I want 10,000 of this because it's 1 cent. Then hops, I want 10,000. Water, I want 10,000. And yeast, I want 10,000. That's a total of, wow, don't we have a minimum cost over here? And they're only delivering on Monday, the day 175. So our factory is going to stand dead still until for so long. Let's check if we make it I don't think 100,000 is a good idea because we don't have enough shelving space. It's going to cost us 7,000 for just 100,000. No, my word. Let's just make it 10 for now. I don't know if we're going to have enough shelf space though. After quick research, a pallet shelf takes 3,600 of each. So yeah, that's our max. Maybe I'm just gonna say flip it 3,000 just to be safe, so that we've still got a tiny bit more space on our shelves, and then we can always buy more shelves in the future. So it's 3,000 there, 3,000. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that will go to manufacturing joy, and that is good. It's gonna cost us $203. Smart delivery. Target. With the smart delivery option, turned on the agent will ensure the entered amount is the total available in the warehouse. If the target amount is already reached, no additional products will be delivered. Or you just do not smart and they will always buy 3,000. Let's just make so order, and it will only be delivered next Monday. At least the developers said by the launch of 0.9, they will have a force delivery option, because yeah, Jet Cargo didn't really deliver much because we didn't have enough pallet shelves in our warehouse. So we're going to run into a big issue with our earbuds. So hopefully smartwatches will be fine and stuff like that. Yeah, that's going to be an issue because as you can see here, Jet Cargo, Bluestone, yeah, Jet Cargo and Bluestone, all of it. We couldn't store all the umbrellas, wada. Make sure we have available pallet shelves for the next delivery. I ordered 100 pallet shelves to put into our warehouse. So yeah, that's what we're also going to do in 20 minutes. Yet again, Bluestone, they didn't because we couldn't. Bluestone, nothing was ordered, so we're going to run out of clothing. That's an issue. So we're going to have to go to NY Distro, buy clothing and stuff that we can. Go and put it in our warehouse and hope for the best. Or we just do, I can't even call them. Businesses, Yeah, I'll have to go to NY Distro again and call them. No, there they are. Then we can start contracts. Okay, so we can do this. Clicking happiness, sending happiness. I just don't think you're already a contract on this business. Where is the other one then? Layered happiness. There we go. Open in biz. Layered happiness. Wrong one. I was meant to say sewing happiness. Accept, open, and we can't do clothes. Clothing will be done by United Ocean. Clothing rack. Clothing. So it can only be imported. Yeah. Clothes can can be on those placed, can be imported from there, and it can be manufactured. Like the modern cheap male that can't, well, modern expensive, all the expensive clothing can't even be imported. So we need to have factories for that as well. This is getting bonkers. Frickadoodle. Okay. Yeah, it's the 0.9. That's why you usually have to do a new game every time. I'm quite sad about that because this is going to bite us in the neck. Purchasing, you are sorted, will only be delivered. Only delivered. So we are going to run into the red very badly. But that's fine. Let's go to our warehouse, which is right there. And wait till 2 p.m., which is in 10 minutes. And then go and stock up with all our new warehouse shelves. Then we're going to go to our factory and start stocking up, building the factory there. Cool. And the factory is, the warehouse is done. Here is a whole lot in here. And there is still more in there that we can still move in there. There's 11 in there. I don't think we're going to run out of warehouse space very soon. Now let's go to our factory. But first, early dinner. I can't record in there because there is music that can be copyrighted. Alright, let's go back to our factory that is right there. Okay, so I've got just 20 conveyor belts here. There's another 30 in there. There is our output stations, input stations, the little bottling machines, the big industrial blending machines. Here is the splitters. As you can see, it has one input over there, and then it has got two outputs over here. We've got all 20 of them there, and here's our shelves. I think we are going to go with this layout for now, where it has the split of the yeast and water. Then we've got extra shelves for extra products and stuff like that for later on. If this doesn't work, we can always go to the 12th one where we don't. Oh yeah, then we can always just come back to this one. I wanted to say let's start with that one, but nah, it's cool. So what we do is, from a top down, I'm going to work from this side. I wish I could have scrolled out further when it's in a factory, in these factories. I'm going to start with hops. Then the yeast here in the middle, the water over there. This is just a start. We can make it smaller. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. Because remember, these input stations are quite freaking big. And there needs to be space for the employees as well. So yeah, we need to move it up. This maybe. Okay, I'm going to time lapse and then we'll walk through it when I'm back. Okay, cool beans. So here is the output. Let's start from the other side. Now, as we do this, we can almost set it up. This one will be making fermented beer. As well as this one will be making fermented beer. It will need barley, hops, water, and yeast. So it's going to be barley, hops, yeast. This one here will be water. And this one here is hops and barley. Cool. So once we've got it in the shelves. I wish we could have set it like that should be barley, that should be whatever. So this will then be its inputs of the things. If we can run around these things, it means the employees can get in there. So we need to just make sure we can run past there and the employees can go around if they have to. Always need space because our workers aren't the smartest. Then this will be carbon dioxide, CO2, that will go with the fermented beer into this machine and it will make carbonated beer. As well as that one will be carbonated beer. So carbon dioxide in here, no, in there, pops it through here into carbon dioxide and fermented beer. It creates beer and then it comes out to the output and they plop it onto the shelf right there. I can move the shelf over here as well, and I think I'm going to. This one will also be carbon dioxide and fermented beer. So carbon dioxide, fermented beer from that IBM, and all the way through here. This will be making carbon dioxide, beer will be making carbonated beer, and then it will come into here. Ingredients to carbonated beer will turn into beer, output to this station, and boom, done. This is our factory. Doesn't help we even try and open it, get employees, because we have employees ready to come and work, but we're only getting our stock, our raw materials next week, Monday. So what's the point in even trying to do it right now? There's no point. So we can always just pop in more shelves in the future where we have it somewhere on the sides where we know we will always have enough storage. Then we can do 10,000 frickin' raw material per. So let's get back to Gilded Happiness. Let's go and get outfit, uniform and stuff. And then set that up in Gilded Happiness. Oh no, had a nice ramp there. Need to throw in gas. Set up uniform outposts in Gilded Happiness as well as in our factory, but that we can do in the next episode because we are running very tight currently. Day 169 summary, $346,000. Quickly check why it went down. Oh yeah, because it's a weekday. Gilded Happiness doesn't make so much money in the weekdays. It's the weekends where we thrive. So, the first real weekend for Gilded Happiness. Thursday, dead. Fridays, decent. But Saturdays and Sundays, those are the gold mines. That's where Murray Hill's villains and bankers pour in. And suddenly, overpriced cocktails look like a license to print money. Across just 5 days, Gilded Happiness has already swung into the green. Weekends more than cover the quiet weekdays. And early signs say the nightclub might actually bankroll phase 2 of this empire. The only problem, the beer bill. We're still importing 2,100 units a week. And that's why John is back in school. The nightclub can make money, but only if the beer keeps flowing. And that's why we are opening our own beer factory. And hopefully that can bring in a whole lot more green in the future. Takeaway: weekends are your money printing machines. Saturday, Sundays, profits alone cover nearly 100K. If this pace holds, the nightclub pays itself off in under 3 weeks. And after that, it's pure villain chic profit. As you can see, our average daily profit is $24,667, estimated weekly profit of $172,667, We will see how it goes through this week. We only did from Thursday to Monday night, and our estimated monthly will be $740,000 and break-even point at 19 days. So to recover 475,556 initial setup cost. That's plus minus. So we will be playing Gilded Happiness back within a month. We will still do a few days of calculations and checking on this to ensure that we have made enough money, and I want to ensure that this place actually pays itself back. It's supposed to be open, which is funny. Yeah, till 6 a.m. And this place is... Oh, there people are starting to roll in. As you can see, our martinis are not doing great. Whiskey there at the back. Yeah, we're gonna run out of martinis. I can just feel that. Running out of martinis, running out of just so much stuff. Please let me know in the comments what's gonna be the punishment for that, because I know it's gonna happen. We're going to get this logistics message every day from Robert. Haircut products, artificial phones, and clothing. It's just getting less and less. It's just gonna go very bad. Hopefully John doesn't run away from his responsibilities. He might just... Anywho, time for a quick check-in on Happiness Empire. Let us go here. Rivals, we are second, not first anymore. This chap took us over with 2.2 million and still climbing. So we might have to just get that 5 million after all, because he's just going up and up and up. And if stuff continues like this chap will take us past as well. And Jessica, yeah, she's gonna stay down there. But you can see they're dropping businesses, picking up businesses, picking up, dropping, and we just dropped one. Okay. Our weekly income is at $1.448 million. That is fantastic. Smelling Happiness coming in at $35,000. Lifting Happiness at 114. It just made such a good turn the last week. Sending Happiness, also a great turn this last week, as you can see over there. Lifting Happiness, yet again, 1,200 members. Oh my word. We are getting almost 75 customers per hour, the whole hour, except for lunchtime. That's fantastic. Sending Happiness, Gilded Happiness, doing very well with almost full capacity, because we're 50 capacity business, right? I think we're at 50 capacity. You are actually... I can't remember. Yeah, we need outfit. I can't remember. Yeah, 75 capacity. Shucks. So we can do better with it. Definitely can do better. Then Layered Happiness bringing in 300 and almost 50,000. Living Happiness bringing in 350,000. And Clicking Happiness, our tech store, bringing in a whopping $550,000. This is just fantastic. And our prices are fantastic. You know where our problem comes in? We are running out of stock. The phone. Yeah, artificial phone might bite us in the bum. The way we can see that is if we go to Clicking Happiness. Artificial phones, they deliver 144 a day. Runs out. Xanaman phones, there's 8 in the warehouse. Are done in a day. The majority of these things are done in a day. We're going to have to, we can at least sell soda. Same over here. All of that is over 7 days. That's fine. Smartwatch running low. Both smartwatches, the earbuds and the headphones running low. This is going to be a whopper of a fine, of a penalty. Let me know in the comments what it will be. All the clothing are below 7 days and these are empty. The expensive ones can't even be imported anymore, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. And then jewelry. Oh, more than enough. Jewelry expensive. We bought too much. Then, yeah, we did check Clicking. Layered Happiness.
Runs out in empty. Yeah. No, we've got nothing in the warehouse, but we should have enough. This product is sold used target businesses. Being sold or used as the target business. Oh, whatever. No, nothing in the warehouse, but we'll still have enough in store, I believe. We'll check that out. And Gilded Happiness, we're not running out of martinis and stuff like that. So all of this is fine. I don't know why they're struggling then. So we're checking at Layered Happiness. Stock count 0. So stock count hair product. Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh my word. We're selling hair products. In the last 7 days, we sold 5,000. Oh, used in service. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, stop using them on our shampooing people, damn it. But yeah, Happiness is the Law has been closed. Awaits its rebirth as a salon. For now, we're just paying $260 a day for rent and dreaming of perms and shampoos. Gilded Happiness, the nightclub, is finally in the green. Still needs a few finishing touches, plants in front of VIP windows, mirror decor tweaks, minor decor tweaks, but Murray Hill might actually be partying in profit. Retail stores, quietly keeping the empire afloat. Without them, John would probably be living on the park benches again. Layered Happiness, steady profit. Prepping to launch Permanent Happiness as the next brand expansion, a pun, a pivot, a prophecy. The factory we still need to learn a lot of things, but first the layout is set. Once we have the raw materials, the beer production starts. The nightclub supply chain goes in-house, inching the empire closer to industrial domination. The empire is bleeding in some places, but healing in others. If the nightclub continues to thrive and the factory kicks off suddenly, Phase 2 might finally stabilize. Then we need to move on to Phase 3. Assuming John survives the spreadsheets, conveyors, and beer foaming disasters. That said, this series wouldn't be half as rich without your comments. From suggestions to Pivot Happiness is the Law to Permanent Happiness to lore drops about John's dad, your ideas are guiding this chaotic empire. Keep the wisdom coming. You're steering John away from park benches and into industrial glory. This has been a very long episode, and I do hope you enjoy it, as this was our big 3-0. Like I said, the Dirty 30s is here. We've shut down the law firm today. We stress tested the nightclub, we started factory training, and we laid down the blueprint for manufacturing joy. Next time, we will fine-tune the factory, get in those employees, get those raw materials in, and we'll have to take over we'll have to take over one of Jessica's businesses because she's really just being a knife in my back. And let me know in the comments, when do we start building Permanent Happiness? Should it be in a few episodes when the factory is good and ready, or maybe in episode 32? Because the next episode is again just a lot of fine-tuning. Maybe next episode. Consider becoming a member for early access to all videos, names in games, and access to community servers, and it will mean the world to me and the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you beautiful people in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.